So, so one of the reasons I teach yoga is because I need it. I'm more than a teacher, I'm a student of yoga. And what yoga has helped, or what yoga helps me with, is to regain balance quicker. I'm not balanced all the time. I go on and off, or left and right. But with practice, I find that I regain balance quicker. That's my goal. So, for instance, today we had an issue with the website. And of course, then like we get stressed out, and sometimes the frontal lobe turns off and we go into fear and stuff. And then we can breathe and calm down and turn on the frontal lobe and start thinking. So what's the solution? What options do I have here? And there are always other ways. Truth is one path or many. So what did we come up with? Well, some of you contacted Z. Z figured out like who usually comes, and she sent out an email with links to the Zoom. I have actually, I put my website in the chat box. I've put my links on the website. So that's another way to access it. So what I have learned in life is that things rarely go according to plan. Very rarely. But what we can do is that we can learn to deal with it. And in yoga, we talk about skillful action. And some days I'm very skillful, and some days I'm not so skillful. And that's okay. It's a practice. Okay, so let's start with finding your seat. So today we are working with the water element. And the mantra that I've chosen to work with is I flow through life. I through life's transitions with ease and peace. I flow through life's transitions with ease and peace. And this morning we had a perfect example of a transition. How did I come from my home into the Zoom link? And there were some difficulties there. And if we can transition from one pose to another with ease and peace, life is better. Okay, so find your seat, bring awareness to your feet, and just notice the earth underneath the soles of your feet. We always start with connecting to earth, no matter what element we're focusing on. And connecting to earth helps me to calm down, get grounded. When I'm grounded, I can access more of my brain, mind, spirit, body, and then I get better guidance. And then if you wanted to, you could place your hands on your knees and maybe bring the knees together and apart, together and apart. There's some gentle movement. And then if you wanted to, you could bring your awareness to your sitting bones and shift your weight from sitting bone to sitting bone. You could continue doing this, or if you wanted to, you could start making circles. You could go one way and then maybe the other way, or find a different way of moving that works better for you. And then coming back to stillness, exhale and round your back. Inhale, coming into back bend. Exhale and round. Inhale into a back bend. Opening up the spine. And then when you're ready, bringing the arms up in cactus and then gently shifting from side to side. A twisting motion. You can continue with this, or you could start swimming forward and then backwards. And then release down. Maybe bringing the shoulders around a little bit. And then you could imagine that your fingers are like twinkling stars. So twinkling stars all the way up. And then reach and grab something that you would like to have. Reach and pull it back to you. Reach and pull it back. Reach and pull it back. Maybe taste it. Reach, pull it back and taste it. Second, the water element, second chakra, it's about, the sense is taste. The color is orange. Reach and pull it back. What would you like to have? Reach and pull it back. Reach and pull it back. And then release. Okay, we're gonna do a breathing exercise. So if you wanted to, you could place your hands on your back body, somewhere on your back body, maybe finding your kidneys somewhere, somewhere there where you think your kidneys are. And then start breathing into your hands. Notice the connection between your back body and your hands. And on the inhale, your back body is moving into your hands, deepening the connection. If you wanted to, you could bring your hands a little bit further down, finding the pelvic halves. So we have two pelvic halves, big, stable bones. And breathe into your hands. And then if you wanted to, you could slide one hand and find the sacrum, the big bone in between the pelvic halves. Also, and between the sacrum and the pelvic halves are the two SI joints. Those are very stable joints, not supposed to move very much. The movement is in the pubic bone, not in the SI joint. If you wanted to, you could place the other hand on your lower belly. And then breathe into the space in between your hands. Second chakra. I have the right to feel, I have the right to create. And then release. Okay, bring the big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. And then lifting the knee and making circles, opening up the hip joint. You can go one way and then the other. And then eventually finding seated pigeon. Now, if you wanted to, you could place the fingers in between your toes, open up the toes, sitting up tall, tall, tall. Maybe use your elbow to gently guide that knee out a little wider. Sitting up tall, 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 and then maybe lean forward a little bit. That's a possibility. And then you could slide the legs together or the knees together, bring the top, whatever leg is on top, that arm goes under, give yourself a hug, and then gently twisting from side to side. I love myself so much. And then release. Now, bring the left arm behind you and then grab or hold on to the arm. And then release the shoulders back and widening. Sitting up tall. Notice how the arm is connecting to the back. And once again, on the inhale, notice how the back is moving towards the arm, deepening the connection. And then release and bring the right arm up. And then find your elbow. Find the elbow. And release down. Okay, other side. Big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Lift the left knee, make some movement, opening up the hip joint, and then maybe go the other way. And then finding seated pigeon. If you wanted to, you could bring your fingers in between the toes to help them open up. That's a possibility. You can, if you want to, you can use the elbow to gently guide that knee out. Sitting up tall, tall, tall. Maybe leaning forward. freeing the tailbone. The tailbone is free. And then slide the knees together. Left arm goes under, give yourself a hug. And gently move from side to side. Self-compassion, self-love. And release. Now, take the right arm behind you, hold on to the other arm, and then release. Notice any tightness. And then if you wanted to, you could breathe into that tightness and notice if that is change anything. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. And then release, bring the left arm up, bend it, and then you can find that top elbow. And then release down. Okay, we're going to transfer up. So bring the weight forward and up, forward and up, forward and up, coming up to standing. And here, if you wanted to, you could shift your weight from foot to foot, from side to side, maybe adding the arms, maybe bending the knees. And then coming to stillness, bring the arms up in cactus, and then bringing knee to elbow, knee to elbow. And then crossing the midline. So knee to the opposite elbow, knee to opposite elbow, crossing the midline. All right, now place your hands on your pelvic half. So find those two big bones on the pelvic halves. And then slide the foot back and kick yourself in the butt. Slide the foot back and kick yourself in the butt. Slide back and kick. Slide back and kick. Engaging the hamstrings. The hamstrings are often weaker than the thigh muscle. And quite often we want to lift with the thigh and do it this way. But if I slide back, I engage more of the hamstring. All right, okay, now let's come into a standing plank pose. So I'm gonna push, push, push away, push away, push away. Fingers are spread. And then I'm gonna lift the knee and step in between my arms. And then I'm gonna step outside the arms and then step cross. So let's do that a few times. Step inside, step outside, and step cross. One more time. Step inside, outside, and cross. All right, and release. Awesome. Okay, let's do a standing sequence. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step back to plank pose. Feel the strength here. So we just did a standing plank pose, and now we do it with a chair version. Okay, now bend the elbows and bend the knees and move back and forth a few times. And then notice how sometimes the head is leading and sometimes the tail is leading. And then eventually let the tail go back and finding down dog. Now shift your weight to the left foot, bring the right knee up and come in between the arms. Inhale back, exhale, knee go to the outside. So same thing we did standing, and then cross. Let's do it one more time, same side. Inside, outside, and cross. And then step in between your hands and finding warrior two. Bring the arms up and find warrior two. Add some arms, so shifting some arms from side to side. Coming back to stillness. Now, bring the left arm behind you and then hold on to the other arm. Now we're gonna fold kind of forward. So right shoulder to right knee. So try to bring the right shoulder towards right knee. And then come back up. Release, bring that arm up, bend it, and then find the elbow. And then maybe bringing that elbow back a little bit, opening up this side of the body. Release and place your hands on your pelvic half. So find the two pelvic halves, strong bones. Straighten the front knee and let that hand slide down, finding Trikonasana. Rebend the front knee, come back up to warrior two. And then cartwheel the hands back to the chair and step back to down dog. Shift the weight into the right leg, left knee comes up in between the hands, and then back. Exhale outside, inhale back, exhale cross, inhale back. One more time, exhale between the arms, inhale back, outside, cross, and then step in between the hands. Finding warrior two. Both pelvic halves are opening up in warrior two. And then add your version with the arms, some dancing movement, maybe. All right, and then find warrior two. Okay, right arm goes behind, hold on to the front arm. Notice the connection between the arm and the back. When you inhale, the back moves into the arm, deepens the connection. And then if you'd like, you can bring the left shoulder to the left knee. Left shoulder to left knee. Come back up. And then the front arm comes up, bend it. Elbow is pointing straight up, and then find that elbow. Maybe guide it back, open up that front side of the body. And then back to warrior two, and then place your hands on the pelvic halves, find those big strong bones, straighten the front knee, let that arm slide down, finding Trikonasana. And then rebend the front knee back to warrior two. Cartwheel the hands back to the chair, step back to down dog. Now we're gonna jump wide. So inhale, look forward, exhale and jump wide. And then bend one knee, bend the other, bend both. Maybe come down on your forearms. Maybe even bringing the hands down to the mat, bending, opening up the hips. And just move around in ways that are helpful to you. And then bringing the hands back to the chair. Inhale for a flat back. Exhale, jump the feet together. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. And then exhale down the midline. All right, we're going to do a balancing sequence. So I'm going to be standing next to the chair. I'm going to start with holding on to it. And then lift the knee up and bring it out 90 degrees. Lift it up and bring it forward again. Lift it up and out. Lift it up and in. So doing that a few times, opening up the hip a different way. Maybe take the hand off the chair and do it balancing. And then when you're ready, finding your version of tree pose. So if you want to, you can go straight into the tree pose that you have seen on the thousands of pictures, like a regular tree pose, or you can create your own. You can create your own unique tree that looks very different from the poses you have seen on pictures. And you can try different ones. Maybe you don't even want to do tree pose. Maybe you want to do dancer. And then eventually coming back to neutral. And let's try the other side. So I'm going to start with holding on to the chair. Lift the knee up, bring it out 90 degrees down. Lift it up, bring it forward. Just to opening up the hip and strengthening it. So bring it up high as you can, and out. And then when you're ready, finding tree pose. And you can start with the regular tree pose that you know, or that you have learned. And then you are allowed to create your version. Water element and the second chakra is about feeling and creating. I have the right to feel and I have the right to create. I don't have to do the regular tree pose. I can do a completely different tree pose or another pose that I have invented that no one else has done before me. That's a possibility. And I can try things and I can say, I don't like this one. I'm going to try this instead. And if I fall, the floor is there, the earth is there to take me. And then I just try again. Maybe I'm going to use a chair in the beginning when I try my new poses. And then eventually coming back to neutral. Okay, so we're going to do just one ending posture and then we're going to continue. So coming fairly close to the chair and then release down to chair pose and sit back down. Okay, let's do this. So bring up the knee and bring it out 90 degrees. Straighten that knee and then fold forward. Bring down the hands to the floor if you can. And then I like to hold on to that leg, use my elbow to gently guide that knee out and then fold. Inhale, come back up, bring that in. Left knee goes out to the side, straighten that left, fold forward. Hold on to the front leg, use the right elbow to guide that knee out and then fold a little deeper. Inhale back up and then come back to the front, lean back and just bend the knees and the elbows. Bend the knees and the elbows. All right. Bring the feet apart. Use the elbows. So elbows are connecting to knees. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the spine. And then fold forward and down, opening up the hips. Inhale back up. And then bring the feet together. Maybe walk the feet a little bit forward. Place your hands in your back pockets. Open up the heart. And then fold forward and hug your legs. Release the head. And then inhale, come back up. And then we're going to move into the Yoga Nidra part. So transfer the weight up, forward and up, and get ready for the Yoga Nidra. And you know this, so you usually, or many people enjoy this practice laying down. It can be done seated too. It's a guided meditation. I am suggesting places to go. It does not mean that you have to go there. If I take you to a place where you don't want to go, you just say, no, thank you. I'll go somewhere else. Okay, here we go. Let your body sink down into the floor. Feel the earth underneath you, holding and supporting you, rising up to softly cradle you. At this time, nothing else matters. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Remain still for deep nourishment. Repeat these words in your mind. I'm awake and aware. I'm awake and aware. Now, imagine yourself in a sacred place that feels peaceful and friendly, protected and supportive. It may be outside in nature, somewhere inside, or an imaginary place. This is your inner sanctuary. Feel yourself here and begin to see all the details around you. The light, the colors, any objects. See yourself in this sacred place, sensing the comforting energy, supportive, calm, and protected. At any time during practice, you can guide yourself back here. If anything feels odd or too intense, go back to your inner sanctuary. Your inner sanctuary is always here. It is a part of who you are. Become aware of your upper body. Notice breath in your heart space. The easy rise and fall of breath in your chest. Now go inward, deep inside, and listen. Listen to your heart. Deep listening. What does it say? What is your heart's deepest longing? What does your heart desire? Your heart may speak in words, colors, songs, images, or something else. Allow your heart to speak its truth. From your heart's longing, Create a positive statement in present tense as though it's already happening. Now, state your heart's wish 3 times to yourself as the truth. Bring your awareness to your belly. Notice your navel center. Notice the expansion on the inhale and the soft release on exhale. Navel rising on inhale, yielding to earth on exhale. From your navel center, bring awareness to your pelvis, hips, upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, top of your feet, all 10 toes. Sense the soles of your feet. Notice your heels. Feel the calves, back of knees, hamstrings, sacrum, hip bones, and lower belly. From your lower belly, bring your awareness to the back of your pelvic halves. Sacrum, lower back, kidneys, lungs, heart. Notice collarbones, shoulders, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, top of your hands, all 10 fingers. Sense palms of your hands. Bring awareness to your throat center. Neck. Back of head. Crown of head. Forehead. Notice your mind's eye. Bring your awareness to your eyebrows. Notice your eyes. Right eye. Left eye. Feel your eyes as color, as radiant wisdom, receiving sight. Bring awareness to your nose. Feel tip of your nose. Right nostril. Left nostril. Notice breath passing through both nostrils. Notice the sensation of inhale, receiving smell. Bring awareness to your ears. Right ear, left ear, inner ears. Witness your ears hearing. receiving sound. Bring awareness to your jaw. Notice the back of your tongue, roof of your mouth, teeth, lips. Notice sensation in your mouth, receiving taste. Now, notice your whole head. Shoulders, elbows, wrists, hips, knees, and ankles. Bring your awareness to your back body, side of the body facing the ground, back body. And now feel your front body, side of the body facing the sky, front body. Now feel right arm and left leg together. Now feel left arm and right leg together. Feel your whole body now, all parts together, all together as a whole. Feel your whole body. Now, notice breath in your back body. Breath filling your belly from the back. With every inhale, the lake in your belly grows wider and higher. Breath filling your belly like water filling a lake. Now, imagine your body cool. Experience coolness spreading in your body. Cold water flowing over your hands and feet, rinsing and cleaning. Now imagine warmth in your body. Experience warmth spreading in your body. Remember a time when you felt warm, like being in the sun. Body is warm, breath is cool. You hide up high in a tree. You don't want anyone to see you. They stopped searching. No one is looking anymore. You can move again. You wiggle your fingers and toes. Test your elbows, bend your knees. You feel your body soften. What was once frozen is starting to thaw. You reach your hand up and break off an icicle. You bring it to your lips and let it melt. The water is refreshing. You feel nourished. You look down and let the icicle drop. It lands softly in the snow below. You decide to climb down. The tree has protected you for a long time. Now it's time to move on. You turn around and let your feet find stable branches below. Your arms hug the trunk as you slowly lower yourself down. At the very end, you decide to let go and fall to the ground. The white snow receives you softly. You brush off some needles from your clothes before you look up at the tree and smile. You wave goodbye. The tree bows gently and wishes you luck. It feels good to have a friend. You leave the tree and the forest behind and walk out into the open landscape. You have no direction. All your joints are happy and well nourished. Gracefully, you skip over the frozen ground. Your arms are open wide, and as you twirl around, you turn your face up towards the sky. Raindrops are touching your face, and some of them find their way into your mouth. You feel cared for. In the distance, you hear rushing water. You feel curious and walk in the direction of the sound. The sun is now high in the sky and is getting warmer. You take off your jacket and leave it on a rock for someone else to use. The grass is green and you let go of the boots too. It feels nice to walk barefoot in the fresh grass. The river is wide and the water rushes fast. You hesitate. You take a few steps into the flowing water, but the current is too strong for you to cross. You look up the river. You look down the river. There are no bridges or safer places to cross. You wait. With your eyes, you follow the water flowing down from the tall mountains above. Something moves from side to side in the river. Playfully, it floats without a care in the world. It comes closer. You squint your eyes to see better. It looks like a large leaf shaped like a boat. The leaf twirls around and invites you on board. You lift your knee and take a quick step over the railing. The leaf is sturdier than you thought. A wave moves you back into the middle of the river. The leaf sails to the right and to the left, around rocks and under branches. Full of energy and joy, it takes you on a river ride you've never experienced before. You hear a waterfall in the distance. Your pulse changes and you wonder what will happen next. The water flows faster and faster. The leaf grows silent and speeds up. You close your eyes, and with a splash, you fly down the waterfall, only to land softly on the calm lake below. The water is warm. You put your feet and hands in the water. Together, you slowly paddle towards shore. You flow through life's transitions with ease and peace. Now, remember your heart's longing, the positive statement you set at the beginning of practice. Repeat it 3 times to yourself as though it's already Repeat it 3 times to yourself as though it's already happening. Let this truth fill every cell of your body. Notice all the space around you. Sense the space within you. Feel the sense of calm confidence, whole and complete. Notice that part of you that is the witness, the one who has observed your body, breath, and journey. And now, begin to notice thoughts and feelings flowing through your awareness again. Notice your breath. Feel its rhythm and pace. Invite your breath to deepen now. Feel yourself reawakening. Become aware of your body, your physical body resting on earth. Before moving, just sense your hands, then wiggle your fingers. Notice your feet, wiggle your toes. Gently rock your head from side to side, a slow awakening. Take a deep breath into your belly and slowly roll to your left-hand side. Press your hands into the floor and come up to a seated position. Lengthen your spine. Take a full breath in and let it go. Bring your hands up in Anjali Mudra, holding your own heart in between your hands with love and compassion. I flow through life's transitions with ease and peace. Gently bow your head in gratitude for this practice, thousands of years old. Thank you, inner guide, your past, present, and future teachers, and all the people that are joining you on this journey. Allow the eyes to slowly open. Raise your gaze. And thank you for joining me today. Namaste.